Normally I wait for the room to get about to 100 and then I switch off the music, but the romantic music was so romantic and so beautiful, I got engrossed into that. I can see so many questions have already started to come in. I want to take as many questions as I can today. I'm home alone today. It's beautiful rainy weather. Puneet's traveling for golf and because I'm alone, I've taken over the whole drawing room, as you can see. I don't know if you want to see. So I'm sitting in my hall today. Normally I'm tucked into one room, but today I'm in my hall, so I'm very excited. I have so much space. What else? Oh, let's do our cards before we get into the questions. Don't worry, I'm going to take all the questions today. I'm not going till I don't answer as many questions as I can, okay? Dun, 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 dun. I'll count till 5 and then wherever I reach, I'll pick up that card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think well. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. If you want to improve any area of your life, you must improve the way you think about it. Think abundance, not lack. Think joy, not sorrow. Think forgiveness, not resentment. Such a beautiful card, because you know what? I am such a big believer of this concept that the quality of our thoughts is the quality of our life. So I'm in 100% in agreement with this thought. So look at whichever sphere in your life that's not working. The real issue is that you don't know the relationship with that. Like, what is the right perspective? You need to get that right perspective, because I believe the minute we get the right perspective, that particular area of your life will start to work out for you. For so many years, I got every area of my life right, but the one area I didn't get right was my weight or my health. So I would say weight rather, not health. Health is fine. So what happened was that one of the thoughts I had in my weight was, I will not do something that I can't sustain, which means I'm not going to give up something, or I'm not going to do a diet, because diets they're not sustainable. So I'm not going to do that. And you know what, for so many years, because of that, I couldn't lose weight. And then at some point I redesigned this thought to, what if it takes, a 90 days of dieting, lose the weight, and then keep maintaining it with what I do. And I can tell you that turned my entire mindset. So for 5 years I couldn't lose weight, and then suddenly I lost 7 kilos thanks to some diet. And the beauty was, I knew how to sustain, I did not know how to lose. So I realized that it was a block in my thought, because I generally don't want to do anything that's not sustainable, right? So like that, I've realized whenever I come across issues in my life, I try to see where in this area am I not thinking right? What would be the right perspective? Who's got this right? Let me find out from a mentor, from a teacher, from a friend who are, where this area of their life is working out for them. So see how this can be used for you. Start to think better. Your being here tells me you already understand this, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Because only those people can tune into my Insta Live who actually in their heart know that we need another perspective to how we are thinking. So bless you all. Okay, let's see who all are in the room. Kaveri, Priyanka, Navya, Aditi, Ruchi, Neelam, Deepa, Kargri09, Jagannath, Kirti, Rasuni, Neha, Bhargavi, Arjun, Jajodia, Ranjita, Tarve, Anshu, Bhartwaj, thank you, sweetheart. Healing Hearts with Amrita, thank you, darling. Neha, thanks for all the confidence you've given, always grateful. Thank you. Bhat Shizan, hi, I'm so happy to attend this after a long time. Missed you too. Neelam Rajawat, want to talk to you, I need guidance. So one of the things I'm realizing is that I'm no longer able to take in any more clients than what I already have. So Even the waiting list has gotten so full that I feel horrible not being able to be there for the people. So what we have started to do is we do run something called the Life by Design Academy, which is where my coaches will reach out to you and get in touch with you and see if you are the right fit. Then they will take you through the exact program that I normally would land up doing for you, but now they are completely trained. All of these coaches have spent a minimum of 2 years of learning directly from me how to do processing, how to work with clients. Everything is by me. So I want you to know that in case you're interested in an LBDA coach calling you up and you'd like to explore coaching with my company, with me directly, it's humanly not possible any longer because all my slots are full and my current clients are already blocking the next slots. They are not even releasing it for me to take in a new client. So personal apologies to those who are in touch with me for that. But my LBDA coaches are simply fabulous. I can swear by them. So if you're interested, all you need to do is when I post this video today, underneath that, just put LBDA. And then what you'll need to do is somebody will write to you to ask you for your phone number, and then someone from my office will call you to start you onto the process. Okay, so the first call is anyway free. See if you are able to connect with the coach, and if you feel like yes, I'd like to take it further, then there is a package of 6 sessions that are absolutely beautiful. Please know, I'm not trying to sell this here at all. It is just to help you because of the number of people that have been writing in to us that Puja, I need to speak to you personally. Puja, I have this issue. Puja, can you help me with this? I want to help, which is why when COVID started, one of the things I had decided was that I want to create an army of women that together we will hold hands and go out in the world to help others, right? And can I tell you one thing, the most beautiful thing? Every coach needs a coach. As on today, I have a coach. Every coach of mine has a coach. And if you don't have a coach, I highly recommend one. Life gets upgraded into 100 when you have someone to hold your hand, guide you and watch your back all through. Suddenly all that emptiness, loneliness, your inability to process things becomes so much easier when you have just that one more person that's watching your back while you walk through life. Okay, so this is in no way trying to sell. All I'm trying to tell you is if you need me, I want you to know that not just me and my entire army of women are waiting to help you. Oh, Monal is saying, hi Puja, this is Bharati. Monal is my nickname or rather my soul name. That's perfectly okay, Monal. So good to see you, ma'am. I've started creating my vision board. So proud of you, Ritu. And for all of you here, 2023 is coming. I need you to start out on your vision board, okay? Tabitha, was just watching your Divapreneur recordings and you popped up. I guess you're manifesting me at every level, my Jan. Shreya, how to raise our self-esteem though I'm financially independent? Shreya, it's the conversations you're having with yourself on a daily basis. Even if you are financially independent, sometimes what happens is due to the experiences that we've had in our life, maybe somebody labeled you as something, maybe somebody called you something, maybe something you did that wasn't the best, thing to do at that point of time, which could have killed your self-esteem. So you need to go back and see that, how can I grow my personality? And there are 1, 2, 3 ways to grow your personality. One is start to mean what you say and say what you mean. To me, the first thing I work with people when I'm working with their self-esteem is how much can your conscious mind trust your subconscious, or rather how much can your subconscious mind trust your conscious mind. So when you say you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, do you actually wake up? When you say I'm going to give you a call, do you actually call? Do you keep all the commitments you make? How strong are you, or how dependable are you as a personality tells me a lot about a person's self-esteem. So that's number one. Number two, of course, is the amount of confidence conversation that you have with yourself. Do you tend to hammer yourself more, or do you tend to pick yourself up through praise and appreciation and compliments? A lot of times what I've seen is when we publicly praise ourselves, it's because our self-esteem is actually low. But when we privately praise ourselves, that means our self-esteem is high. So people who go on boasting about themselves, that is not what self-esteem is. To me, like I remember there was this story, I don't remember the exact story, but it was a very cute story where there was this quarterback or something in America, and he had to take an oath and talk about something that had happened wrong in the team. And his coach, when he put him on the stand or whatever, he said things like, you know, I am the best in my team, and I always do this and I always do that. And he spoke many things which was very unique to his coach, because he had never seen him show off like this or boast like this. So when he got off the stand, the coach said, "Are you okay? I've never heard you speak like this." So he said, "You know, actually because I had taken oath, I couldn't lie." Which I thought was so cute. And I think that's the thing of high self-esteem, that in your private moments, you honor who you are. And that's good self-esteem. So if every single day I talk about the mirror exercise, where you stand in front of the mirror and speak to yourself and actually look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you did right in the day. You could have taken the short route. You could have, you know, made it easy for yourself, but you didn't. And that really grows your self-esteem. And of course, the third is always to go around, walk around, being the person you'd like others to be to you. So a lot of times people with low self-esteem tend to want other people to notice them, but they forget to notice others. So the law of spirituality, what it says is, whatever you want in life, give more of it. You want more respect, give more respect. You want more compliments, give more compliments. You want more appreciation, give more appreciation. You want more love, give more love. You want more trust, give more trust. In every area of emotion, I'd like you to give more of what you desire. So if you can do these 3 things, you'll start to see your self-esteem rise, taking these small risks and accomplishing them, taking small risks and accomplishing them. You know, I was in a session called Making the Stage the whole of last week, and the teacher from stage said, courage is when you're saying, no, 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 okay, do it. Like you're telling your mind is screaming, no, 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 you can't do, you won't be able to, it's not possible, and then you do it, you know. And that I found was so interesting, because that's exactly what happens to me whenever I have to do something courageous. My brain will be screaming at me, you know, that don't do it, protect yourself, you need to be in a safe space, you don't want to get that vulnerable, you don't want to get that truthful, that honest, that. And I loved that, you know. Oh, Kaveri Shuram, that's so sweet. She says, "Hi Puja, now I sit for your lives with a notebook." God bless you, Kaveri. So I hope you got all the 3 points down. That's a good idea actually, to sit with it with the notebook. Priyanka is saying, how to achieve self-control. Priyanka, willpower is a muscle. Okay, and because it's a muscle, it has to be used wisely, because it's not existent. It's like battery in a phone. So there's only so much of it we have, after which we get exhausted. What uses up our willpower is our decision making. So if you are someone who's making many decisions in the day, guess what's going to happen? The chances are at some point you will start to give in to your choice, to the desires that are pulling towards you. So you want to reduce the number of decisions you are making per day. So you are going to have to save all of your willpower or all of your self-control for the things that really matter. If you've heard of Mark Zuckerberg wears only grey t-shirts, and Steve Jobs used to only wear black turtleneck, and you know, all of this, what are these champions doing? They're trying to reduce the number of decisions. Like for me, by the end of the day, thanks to work, I get so exhausted that every Wednesday, Puneet and I go for dinner. And when we sit in the car, he'll be like, where do you want to go? And I'll be like, you're driving, you decide. I don't have to decide. You'll have to park the car on the side in case he doesn't decide. So he says, acha yahan jayegi, acha wahan jayegi. I say, you decide. I don't want to take those decisions where I don't have an opinion. I don't want to give an opinion. You know, so I protect myself that I make only crucial decisions. If my office is asking me some question that I know they can answer, I say, please handle it. You know, so I'm reducing. What we tend to do as human beings is we tend to jump in to make decisions for other people also sometimes. I'm going to say reduce the number of decisions, make the crucial decisions so that you make those decisions right. Yeah. So see if you can start to work with your self-control by really knowing that, okay, where in my life do I want to use my self-control? Let's say I'm just taking example of a diet, but or let's say I'm deciding to write a book. And for the next 90 days, I need to sit every single day for 1 hour to write. Now, I'm going to keep all of my willpower, my self-control for that. Now, on the side, what may tend to happen is that, there will be other decisions that I may not use all of my willpower for at this point of time. Once this becomes naturally me, which means I don't longer, for Puneet now, he doesn't need a willpower to go to the gym. It's already there in his muscle memory. I don't need willpower to read a book. It's already there in my DNA, correct? So now that I've built it, now I can move to the next thing. So one enemy, if that's okay to use as the word, one enemy at a time. Sometimes what we tend to do when we are building our self-control is, it is everything or nothing. So I see a lot of people going, you know what, I've left sugar, I've left gluten, I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water, I'm going to start walking, I'm going to join the gym, I'm going to... And you know what they're doing? They say, and if they miss even any one thing, they say, okay, I'll start from next week, all of this. No, that's not how it works. You have to really know where you are going to be using that will. And we have only that much per day. Okay, I hope you got the point. See, try it out. Decide what's that one thing that you're going to use to create yourself. Let's say you want to wake up in the morning, then for the next 30 days, the only thing I want you to achieve is waking up in the morning. When that goes into autopilot, then only I'm going to ask you to take on the next thing. So 12 new habits over 12 months is far better than 12 habits in 1 month and then nothing for the rest of the 11 months. I hope you got what I'm saying. Jitsi 17. What to do when someone has an ego and it's clear but won't accept that they did wrong and they try to gaslight you? Jitsi, anytime in life you're dealing with someone who's a master manipulator, who's a narcissist of some sorts, who's got that personality where they're never going to agree that they did something wrong. The best thing you can do with such people is to not engage. Okay, so the harder you try, the more you are actually giving them an opportunity to throw the blame back at you. These are the kind of people who will make you feel wrong even if they are 100% wrong. These are the people who will even make their wrong connected to your doings. So I wouldn't have hit you had you not triggered me. So they are not wrong in hitting you, but you triggered it, So they can turn everything around and make it your fault. Now that you know that, you want to stop engaging with this conversation. You've realized there are some people you can never win over. I always call it the Keechar people. You know what is Keechar people? They live in Keechar. And if you try, you are not in Keechar, so you are going into their area to put them down. You'll put your hand, they'll pull your whole body inside, and they'll always win the battle because they know how to operate in Keechar. You don't. You yourself will start to feel yucky after a while because you'll feel like, yaar, ye main kya conversation kar rahi hu aur main ye sab kyun bol rahi hu? This is not even me. So avoiding, ignoring, rising above, forgiving from a distance, reducing, removing, all of these are options. The only option you don't have with such people is the engagement. You want to become smarter than them, and the only way you can become smarter than them is when you do not address it. Such people, ego can take anything, but it doesn't like to be ignored. And when you ignore such people, that's your at least a slight chance of maybe in your ignoring them, they may get the message. I'm not saying they will, they may. So again, hard to deal with such people, but you know what? All of us have someone or the other in our life who will be in that category. Archie, hey Pooja, spoke with a big sister and she said she won't help us connect with alike field professionals. That's absolutely right. How can a big sister help you connect with alike field professionals? She may or may not even know people who are from the same profession as you, and that doesn't come under her scope of work, my sweetheart. So she's absolutely right in saying so that she won't be able to help you with that. My suggestion would be you do the research, find out. On Instagram today, you type one person that you are looking for. Let's say you are in the industry of being a yoga teacher. Just put yoga teacher in Instagram. The algorithm will send you 100 teachers to connect with. Okay, so don't worry at all. This is one of the easiest things to do if you want to connect with people like you. All you need to do is type it on Google, type it on Instagram, type it today. The algorithms is such, all of this will come back to you multiplied by 5. Anybody already noticed that? That you think a thought and it shows up in your feed. Correct or no? Neha Prasad. Hi Puja ma'am, you're looking like a pari. Oh, I like that word. Pari. That's so sweet. Thank you. Deepshika, how to get rid of negative thoughts if they keep on haunting? Deepshika, you have to become extremely mindful of replacement. So the word is never vacuum. You cannot stop thinking negative thoughts. You can only replace it with something else. So you have to decide what is the replacement thought. Let's say I go on saying I'm so fat, I'm so fat. And I have to, so if I want to stop thinking I'm fat, what is my replacement thought? Let's say I create a replacement thought that I am building myself to become a strong woman. Okay. So my muscles are serving me to live a longer life or have a longevity in my life. Yeah. My muscles are serving me. Now suddenly I am replacing my fat as my muscles, because as I keep doing my strength training, my fat is converting into muscle. So now I'm replacing that thought. So every time I have that thought, I am fat, now I will add to it up until now. Okay, because I'm so used to having negative thoughts, in that negative thought I will add up until now. That is my way of chopping the negative thought away, and then add a new replacement thought which I will say, which will then over time stop this negative thought from coming. So you have to be very, very mindful of it, especially when you're alone in the bathroom, in the shower, at night. You have to catch all your negative thoughts. Put up until now, she hurt me, up until now. She was horrible to me, up until now. I am so stupid, up until now. I am so lazy, up until now. What you're doing, you're chopping it off. You chop the thought away and then you replace it with a better thought. Every time that thought comes, you chop, replace, chop, replace, chop, replace. That thought itself will stop coming very soon. With me? Thank you, Deepshika, for asking that. Pinky 7598. Ma'am, if there are relatives and evil people with bad intentions, how to deal with them? Reduce or remove? We don't have a choice. You know, I teach Goddess by Design program where we work with 4 avatars. And the last avatar out of the 4 is called the warrior princess. And the job of the warrior princess is to protect herself. Now that you know that some of your relatives are evil and you've recognized that, how long are you going to allow them to continue to play the games that they are playing, which you so clearly can see now? So it's all on you. Remember, people treat us exactly with what permission we have given them. We think they're doing it by themselves. You know, a lot of cases of especially child abuse stop when the child turns 14, 15, 16. You know why? Because suddenly the child is powerful enough to say don't. And that's all that was needed. One don't. And it stops the perpetrator. So I want you to know that all you need to do sometimes with these evil people is don't. Stop it. You can't do that to me. I'm not going to tolerate it. Next time you do it, trust me, this is what will happen, and give them the consequence. And you know what? All you need to do is once make the situation extremely uncomfortable and don't try to fix it. Don't try to be nice. Don't try to be in their good books. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't be, what will they think? The nicer you are to such people, the more fodder you are putting for their negative plant to grow. You want to start to tell them that, look, when you're good to me, I'll be super good to you. But when you are bad to me, I'm not a fool. I know what you're doing and I will never allow it. Not to me, not to my children, not to my spouse, not to my parents, not whoever is in that vicinity. Yes? So Pinky, you have to start to gain your warrior princess avatar a lot more, darling. And I'd love for you to start to say a lot more no. If you find saying no hard, start with just delaying, if not saying a no. I can't do it today. Can we do it next week? I won't be able to do. So just delay the whole thing. Delay itself is never easy, but start with delay and the time will come where saying no will become easy. Learning to say no is such a huge part of who we are. It may upset the other person for some time, but you know what? Eventually, if they are caring and loving enough, they will realize that you don't mean any harm to them. You're only just protecting yourself. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Such a pretty top. Yeah, wore it first time today actually. I had a meeting to go for, so thank you so much. Kaushalya, ma'am, I'm repeating the same pattern in my relationship. I'm attracting guys, but after some months, they will only leave me without a proper reason, and I don't feel worthy of attracting the good-looking guys. Kaushalya, you need to stop attracting any guy for some time, and you need to start to work on your own self-esteem. Okay, I want you to start to believe in your heart that there is someone outside that is amazing and wants to be with you. But for that, you need to be that person who's so amazing so that that becomes a match. Any time in life we start to get desperate, which is what happens to us when we are with, someone who we really like. Remember, for the guy, the challenge portion is what excites him. Keeping a guy, you need the right guy. So what's happening is you may be attracting guys, but once the challenge is over, they are moving on to the next challenge because that's far more thrilling, which is what's happening in the world a lot right now. Relationships are not able to go deep because all of this Tinder and Bumble and I don't know, whatever those names are, Dilmil, or I don't know, I've been hearing all of these names. All of this, what they land up doing is sometimes that, you feel like you always have an option available. And so depth, kahan se aayegi relationship se? I'm not saying people are not getting married through these apps. They are beautiful, but not for everybody. Some people are misusing these apps just to jump from person to person to person. And once you get addicted to jumping, when things start to get real, when things start to get uncomfortable, when things start to go from infatuation to deep love or mature love, as I like to call it, some people need to back out because they don't know how to handle depth in relationships. So Kaushalya, I want you to take your time. I want you to work with yourself. I want you to know you are fully complete with or without a man. And the day you feel that way, that I will only be with the one that knows how to treat me, otherwise I don't want a man in my life, which is what the case is with a lot of women these days, which is why you'll see a lot of single women these days, because men are just not able to show up in the range that a woman needs today. We are getting stronger and stronger, and who's training our men? So I want you to start to go, you know what, Godji, please send the right person into my life at the right time. For now, I'm going to work on me. And I want you to become that person who does not need a man, you want a man. And there's a huge difference between the two. Okay, darling? All right. Vartika Valecha. Hello, ma'am. I want to start changing your routine when you are stuck in life. I'm going to guess that's my routine when I am stuck in life. Sweetheart, start with one thing at a time. So make a list of all the things you'd like to change. Then choose one thing and do it for 30 days. Once you have that right, bring in a new ritual or a new routine. When you have that right, bring in another ritual, another routine. Remember, all of this will eventually start to make your life beautiful and amazing, because eventually our life is our habits. So if you can improve your habits, life will become fabulous. So if you are feeling stuck right now, don't try to fix everything together. Just fix one thing. It could just be waking up earlier. It could just be doing gratitude every single day. It could just be lighting the lamp. It could be just sitting in your silence or in meditation. It could be just be going for a walk for 20 minutes. These could be the smallest of things, but you know what? They're building your consistency muscle, and you can build your consistency muscle in one thing and then use that same muscle in building other things in your life. JK_happy_G. How to handle disappointments. Fabulous. So one of the things I believe is, a lot of people, you'll hear them say this, that then don't have expectations. And I always say, how can you not have expectations from the people you love? Now, if I spend the whole day cooking, I would want Puneet to compliment my cooking. True? So getting disappointed is a part of life. A lot of us, what we do is, when we get disappointed, we shut down and we say, "Fir maine karna hi nahi hai." And that's one of the mistakes, because things that used to give us joy, we've stopped doing, and then we are wondering why we don't feel happy, why we don't feel joyful. So going back to your question, how to handle disappointments, you have to have a conversation with yourself to remind yourself that this was an expectation you had. Have you even told the other person? Are they even capable of delivering to your expectation? Only then, the more you communicate your disappointment, the more the chances are the other person now knows and may start behaving differently. Let's say they choose not to behave differently. That's when you have to learn to change your expectations. So my husband may not have told me to cook. I cooked because I wanted to cook for him. He didn't have the time to appreciate. Now it's up to me, my choice, whether I want to cook again or not. If I was cooking for a compliment and I'm not going to get it, then I'd rather just order Deliveroo, or Deliveroo is from London, what is it called here, Swiggy, and feed him the food, right? So you have to start to see that how are you going to manage that disappointment so that next time around you either choose to do it without the same expectation or you decide not to do it, which is also totally okay. But what I don't want you to become is a victim. You know what a lot of, especially us women, tend to do? We continue to be keeping the same behavior, but we go into victim mode or in complaint mode where we start to go, ये तो कभी appreciate ही नहीं करते, ये तो कभी compliment ही नहीं करते, ये तो कभी, and we start to go and thinking that all of that venting will someday change him. Absolutely not. If there are no consequences to face, nobody is changing. Okay, so set consequences. If that thing is important to that other person, he will do it because he doesn't want to face the consequences. But if it is not important to him, then, so learning to manage your disappointments by looking at, okay, this is what I did. He never asked, or he asked. If he asked, that means he wants it, which means if he wants it, this is what I will need in return. This will be my compensation. Okay, so then there is a communication around what is going to be the compensation. The compensation can be a compliment, the compensation can be a gift, the compensation can be quality time, the compensation can be, words of appreciation, the compensation can be something that you want from him. So many things can be a compensation, but create compensation so that, next time at least it should not happen again and again and again. And sometimes it's just about deep acceptance, okay? Knowing that this person is not capable of what it is that you want. Why? I mean, I always say when somebody comes to me and says, I've been married for 35 years and for 35 years I haven't got dash. I always say, the fact that you were expecting it for 35 years tells me that, wow, you really have hope in life. So it's better that once okay, something you waited for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, why 35 years you waited for it, correct? So I think for us also to realize what is the other person capable of giving. I know what Puneet is capable of giving me. I know what Puneet is not capable of giving me anymore. If I keep on harping about what he can't give me, I'm going to just make our relationship so toxic. Why would I do that? Why not leave those things and look for what he can give me? This is something my mom used to teach me. She said, Puja, please don't keep complaining about what you can't get. Start to look at what you can get and focus your energy there. Get grateful about that. For all you know, your gratitude here may drive you to getting it there. So I want you to look at all of this. There's not one solution, but so many solutions in everything that I've said. Look for which is the right one for you. Okay? Being disappointed once, no problem. Being disappointed twice, you need to ask yourself, why did I not reset my expectations or communicate better? One of the two has to happen. Either you need to reset your expectations or you need to communicate better. Yes? How do I say no? I always feel like feeding people, cutting off my flesh. I always felt like feeding people, cutting off my flesh. Wow, that's severe. How do I say no? You know what? It's a art that you need to learn. It doesn't come easy and it's not natural because we are at heart people pleasers. There is a part of our soul that wants to be liked. And one of our biggest fears is if we say no, then we will not be liked any longer. So it's always hard to say no. So you have to learn the art of saying no. Okay? I always say firm yet polite. People think when you say no, you need to be aggressive. Absolutely not. You can say it in the most gentle manner. If you can just, firstly applaud the courage that someone even asked for something. So the other day I had asked someone for something and they said, thank you so much for asking. But right now I am busy with this. I won't be able to give it to you. Maybe next time. Such a beautiful way to say no. They said no, but they sandwiched it. You know, what do I mean by sandwich? Between two nice things, you put in the no. So the tomato in the sandwich is the no, but the two breads are nice, okay? So bread one, the first thing you say when somebody, you know, you want to say no to, you can just start with thank you for asking. It takes a lot of courage, won't you agree, for someone to ask you for anything? So let's acknowledge the courage in the first place. Whether you can say yes or no, at least acknowledge the courage. After which you say no, put in that firm no, that you know, unfortunately I won't be able to do it, or for some reason I won't be able to do it, or explain the reason why you're not able to do it. Have that conversation and then end it with something a little more positive, that you know, maybe next time, maybe you know, in the future, let's see if it's ever possible. Why don't you ask so and so? I won't be able to, but why don't you ask so and so? So you're giving them a solution also. So you know what, you can finish it on a good note, you can start it on a good note, put off the no in the middle. What cards are these? Oh, I've actually shared it in my story, but if you want, I'll reshare it. Not a problem. This is not tarot. These are just some general, they're called abundance something. I shared it last week. I'll share it again this week, okay? Just any set of cards. I keep changing my set of cards every 3 months, but I love getting messages from the universe. So I'll just get up in the morning, I'll shuffle these and I'll take out a card and see what's my message for the day. You know, and then somehow in the day that message will get used at some place. The other day I was thinking something and I was getting disappointed and upset about something, and the card that came was be open. And then suddenly I was like, okay, let me see how open feels. And you know what, I had such a different day than my usual day. So I just love when the universe talks to me through these cards. Bhargavi Arjun, I was one of the winners of Wednesday Instalize, but I was not invited for the meeting with you. Do I still have an opportunity, ma'am? Bhargavi, if you got 6 times being a winner, that's the only ones who were actually invited for the meeting, because the list became over 150. So we couldn't get 150 people. It would totally kill the purpose. We had originally said that if you put it for 12 weeks in a row, we will take you in, but we reduced it down to 6 because the number was so huge. We said, okay, let's get as many people in as possible. So just check, Bhargavi, did you share it 6 times? Did I share it or not? Just be in touch with Divya. She will help you, guide you. I'll ask Divya to put her number underneath. If you just only shared it once, then unfortunately that is a hard thing for us to give, because you know, some of the people had shared it 12 times in a row. So one set I met last week, one set I'm meeting tomorrow, but I don't think we have a third set happening yet. What I would suggest is now onwards you can start. From today onwards you can start, and the day you get your 6, you know you're going to get invited soon. Okay? We do it only after 12 weeks, but at least get 6 out of the 12. And for some of you here, it was so lovely meeting you last week. It was such a lovely connect with my Insta fam. And for those of you here who are coming in tomorrow, I'm waiting for you. Tomorrow's batch is all my level 3s. That means you've either done CC, TTT, SS, some level 3 program with me. So I already know you. So I didn't want to start from scratch of getting to know you. I just wanted to. So tomorrow's 18 people, massive congratulations. Hi, how can we make more money and manifest it? AG Academy 27. Anytime you want to work with money, the question you want to ask yourself is, how can I add more value in this world to more people in this world? Okay, so more value, more lives you touch, automatically money becomes the byproduct. So there was a time where I used to do coaching for 25,000 rupees. Then I made it 50,000 rupees. Then I made it 75,000 rupees. Then I made it 1 lakh. Then I made it 1.5 lakhs. Then I made it 2 lakhs. The same 6 sessions, I charge 2 lakhs today, right? So what happens over the time is my value is going up. Now I have to look at how many people can I help. First I was helping 2 people, then 4 people, then 8 people, then 10 people. So like that, as I keep increasing, automatically my money will increase. So if you want to work with good money energy, don't ever chase money. Always chase the money. Should always be the byproduct of the value that you're adding in the world. So look for what is this world willing to pay for? What does this world need right now? You know, there are in Japan people called cuddlers, where they go into houses to cuddle people because people are post-COVID are feeling so isolated. And I was like, wow, just look at what kind of things are possible in this world for people to earn money. My son in London, his friend is walking dogs. He'll be walking 14 dogs together. Another beautiful way to make money, right? So you want to start to think, where in my life am I passionate enough to want to contribute? Contribute there and let the money be the byproduct. First, work with adding enough value that people start to go, wow. You know, I had read this story or seen it somewhere on Instagram, I can't remember, where this little boy was calling up people from some phone booth or something and asking them that, you know what, he would love to come and mow their garden. Would they be interested in having him? And this person kept listening to the rejections. You know, everybody he was calling, they kept saying, no, we don't want, no, we don't want, no, we don't want. But he kept making the calls, and the more no's he got, the bigger the smile on his face was. So this shopkeeper whose phone he was using asked him, you are getting a no from every client that you are calling and you are becoming more and more happier. What is happening? So he said, no, I am actually their gardener. And every time they are saying no tells me that what I am doing is right, because I am offering them a cheaper package, but yet they are not going for the package because they are so happy with me. And I feel like if you really want to understand money, energy, be so amazing at what you do that money automatically, Lakshmi loves coming to people that add value. Okay, so there are two gods, right? There is Vishnu ji and there is Indra. Okay, Indra is all about profit, while Vishnu ji is all about Shubh Labh. Shubh Labh is profit made from good work. So when you have profit being made from good work, Lakshmi sits in the feet of Vishnu ji. Indra is forever chasing Lakshmi. Lakshmi loves to run away from her. So whenever in life you do good work, just be rest assured, money will automatically turn into a byproduct. Much more than what you've ever imagined. Okay, this is, I'm saying out of experience also and out of love also, that what I have noticed with money is when we chase money, money runs away. When we chase value addition, when we truly care, when we make our customer service unbelievable, when we take every course of ours and improve it every time and make it so amazing, that then money chases us. People will want. I have people who are attending my coaching mastery course for the 5th time, 6th time, 15th time. I'll be like, same cheese 15वीं बार आप कैसे सुन सकते हो? But they come back. You're doing something right, you know, when you're doing that. Yes? SM Amrita, is astrology and tarot readings always true? No, they are not. There are a lot of quacks in the market. I'm a big believer of that we are stronger than any prediction made on us. For me, I don't treat anything as a prediction. I treat everything as a warning. So when somebody makes a good prediction on me, more than welcome. It doesn't matter. If I believe it, it's good for me only. Very good. But if somebody makes a negative prediction on me, then it's not a prediction. It's a warning that, Pooja, if you continue to do what you're doing, you can land up having this as your truth. So now that God has warned you, what can you do to turn around this situation? So let's say somebody says, Pooja, in 3 years, you're going to be, I don't know, not so rich or lonely, or your marriage will not work out, or you'll have fights with Puneet, or you're something about my children, or something about my house. Okay, so I sit down and reanalyze what is it I'm doing and what is it that I can do differently, you know. And then for me, I'm always stronger than any prediction made on me, because the default setting of life is destiny. Like when you buy a computer, there's already a font, there's already some software in it, but you can always change it, no? So if the default setting, if I operate from the default setting, my future is very easy to predict. But if I can become better, if the computer setting changes and I buy a, you know, Apple something and I download it onto my computer and now I use a upgraded software, then my thing will completely change, right? The same you can do with life. So any prediction made on you, first thing you have to understand is you are stronger than any prediction made on you. That means you can break it. Yes? And the second thing, oops, my phone is ringing. Let me turn it around. And the second thing is, once you've decided that this is not a prediction, this is a warning, you need to reassess and change some of your actions to be able to absorb the fact that this could have been my truth had I continued in that manner. But look, I had a better communication. I spoke about it. I prayed about it. I did something differently, and therefore now I'm not stuck in that warning or prediction. Okay? So don't want you to ever worry about what other people are saying. Remember, the only person who can decide or design your life is you. You are much, much stronger than anything anybody else says. The problem is what we believe becomes our truth. If you are someone who believes your astrologer beyond yourself, if you are someone who believes the tarot card reader beyond yourself, then their prediction is stronger than you. If you are stronger than them, which means, you know what? It's great they predicted, but I am stronger than them, which is what I love to do. I go, now let me prove you wrong. And then therefore it has no impact. Yes? Ritu Bhardwaj, hi Pooja, when I start my Insta live with music, it stops abruptly and shows that this will not be visible in many countries. Yeah, Ritu. I've also had that issue sometimes when I'm using music which may have strong copyrights. I tend to use a lot of mashups because before they even recognize the song, it moves to the next song. So it takes about 5 to 10 seconds for it to recognize a song, see if it is, you know, supposed to be used or not. So that's why I use a lot of mashups, that the songs keep shifting, so it doesn't matter so much. So try this to see if you can start to use mashups instead of full songs. Okay? I'm going to go right to the bottom so that I'm not missing out anybody's questions. I've been right on top. So let me just see what's happening in the bottom. Woohoo! I have to go right to the bottom, right to the bottom. Yeah. Oh, so sweet. Minaz is saying, I downloaded Insta just to be in your Insta live. Thank you, Minaz. You know what I did? I deleted Insta from my phone. So I only have it on my iPad now because I had started to spend too much time scrolling and watching reels and enjoying. But I wouldn't even realize an hour would pass by and I would have wasted so much time that I'm actually realizing that even on Instagram, I want to be very mindful. I want to watch what I want to watch. I want to see what I want to see. And I don't want to simply scroll because you know what? It really impacts your focus. So for all of you here who are downloading Instagram, for me, I want to warn you that remember, I only show up on Wednesdays. The rest of the week, if you are wasting time on Instagram, then it's not my responsibility. Please be very mindful of your time because the difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is that successful people are creators while unsuccessful people are consumers. Are you more creator or more consumer is a question only you can answer. And while you were only giving me a compliment, thank you, Meenaz, I just took the opportunity to also make it a lesson. Oh, beautiful top. Love the color and style. Thank you. Sneha. Ma'am, I wanted to always restart my career. Now finally I have a huge project, but I'm very scared and nervous and in doubt how to be confident to be ready less than 100%. Sneha, firstly, massive congratulations on getting this huge project. If you weren't ready, God wouldn't have sent it. So firstly, believe that. Secondly, remember one thing. In the beginning, every opportunity is also for learning. So the first time when I went to speak in colleges, I was so nervous. 1,200 people, I've never spoken on stage. You know, so what was it? It was for me to learn how to do that. Today, 1,200 people, no problem. That time, so scary. So anything we do first time, we're always scared. The point is, confidence is not that nothing will go wrong. Confidence is that if something goes wrong, I'll be able to handle it. Did you get that? Confidence is not that nothing will go wrong. Confidence is if something goes wrong, I'll be able to handle it. And if you go in with that energy that if something goes wrong, I'll be able to handle it. I will remain calm. Every time I go on stage, something happens to the mic. Okay, now I've gotten so used to it that I've started to call it my lucky talisman. कि अगर mic को कुछ हुआ नहीं तो मेरा luck कहाँ से आएगा? तो mic को तो खराब होना ही है. So now I laugh it off instead of being like, oh my God, you know. So like that, you have to see how you want to look at all the issues that will show up in this huge project of yours, and know that everything that goes wrong has become a learning which will not happen again. New problems will come in new projects, but in this project, this is the learning. From the next project, a new thing you will learn. So it is a learning journey. And can I tell you, for me now, I'm 11 years into this business. Till today, I'm learning. Something or the other goes wrong every day. Every day is a learning journey, and what I say is, okay, this problem now I know how to solve. Now God will give a new problem. Then I'll solve that, then God will give another new problem. And you know what? Till the time you're moving from new problem to new problem to new problem, you are in a good place, my sweetheart, because remember, you are growing. Most people won't be able to handle the problems you can so casually now handle, because you've become a pro at handling the problems that most people will get super scared of. So don't worry. And Sneha, I know you. I know how smart you are, how wonderful and amazing you are. I can assure you, my sweetheart, you're going to do a fabulous job of this project, okay? I'm not saying things will not go wrong. What I know for sure is you're going to come out a winner. So all the very best. I can hear the chirping of the birds. Yeah, actually I have the window open. So one of the things I have decided to do is, I used to have a really bad cold. I don't know how many of you remember, but in every Insta live, I'll be like, sniffing. And about 2 weeks ago, I went to an Ayurvedic doctor, and he said that the cold was not an allergy at all, and it was something else only. I don't even know what the name he took. And he gave me some really bitter 2 medicines to have, and all through my trip in London, I had these 2 bitter medicines, and I can't believe it. I've not had an Allegra. I've not had any cold for the last 2 weeks now. God bless me, nazar na lage, you know how that works. But I'm going to go back to him and see, and find out what was exactly wrong with me, because I didn't take him so seriously. I just took the medicines and I said, one more thing, let's see if it helps, you know. And it is work like magic for me. So now one of the things, coming back to why I'm even telling you this, is one of the things I've started to do is I've started to open all the windows in my house, in my dresser, in my bathroom, in my bedroom, in my hall. I am just breathing in fresh air. That's one of the things I'm really very intentionally doing. And for all of you here who love nature, you must be already knowing the power of fresh air. Clearly, I was locked up in my room, and you know, Chennai is such a hot city that we tend to put on the AC all the time. I want to get out of this whole AC habit, especially now with the weather becoming really beautiful here. And I want to start to, you didn't ask for all of this, but I'm just sharing all of this with you. Shrimukh, loved the evening with you on 31st. I'm trying to think where I was on 31st. So sweet. Can hear the chirping birds behind, but you are sweet. You're too cute. All of you can hear the birds chirping, is it? Chalo, nice. I'm connecting you all with nature also. Are those parrots? I don't know. I think so. We do have a lot of parrots in this area, so I'm going to guess they are. Tamanna, I want to join your session. Tamanna, all you need to do is message down below. Okay? So, once I post this video, not here, but when I post this video, you'll see Gunjan's phone number underneath this video. Just give her a call and join the session. Okay? For all of you here who want to become coaches, just give a call to Gunjan. This weekend, I'm doing a huge event. Please come for it if you are available. 9 to 6, 2 full days, Saturday, Sunday. Get ready for 2023 to be your year. Okay, let's pause, and also let me quickly read out So I'm not going to be reading out the winners of last week and this week because we are already finished with the 2 weeks ke people that we met, and I've done the classes. So we'll start from this session. So from this session, the next 12 sessions for you to get into my inner circle of private, we call it Date with Puja. So if you want to come for a date with Puja, you need to start to posting from today for the next 12 sessions. Out of the 12, you must get 6, which means 50% is mandatory for you to be able to enter my session. All of you who are here, who came for the session last week, please tell in the chat box, how was that experience, okay? Some of you are coming tomorrow, so you wait. But those who came last week, please tell in the chat box, how was that experience, so that other people can read how fabulous it was to meet all of you. And then maybe they'll get encouraged to click my picture, tag me, put it on the story, share your takeaways so that I can share it, yeah? Should we get our picture done now? Okay, let me quickly pose. I know I can see all the names are coming, so let me heighten myself a little bit. Okay. I don't know. Tell me, some pose. Which poses you like? Oh, thank you, Itisha. That was amazing. You can't imagine the peace you will get after talking to Puja. Thank you, Itisha. It was so lovely meeting you. It was absolutely wonderful to talk to you one-to-one. Best feeling. Oh, thank you, Image Design Consultancy Designer Priyanka. It was such a wonderful experience. Love you, love you, love you, all of you, for the sincerity and the dedication you showed in doing this, yeah? Show your earrings. There's a brand called Outhouse. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. Just Google Outhouse. I love their jewelry. They do a really good job of different earrings, especially if you like these nice statement pieces. I even have a matching ring to it, but it becomes too much when I wear all the 3 pieces. Oh, thank you. It was beautiful. Puja talks to everyone. She takes questions also. Please do this and meet your mentor in person. All right, everyone. So today I'm not reading out all the names. So if you did do it last week or last to last week, both we have your name on our list. You are definitely acknowledged by us. I'm just not reading them out because I want to start afresh for the next 12 weeks, which means I'm going to see you. It is now, right now we are in November, early November. So full November, full December, full January. So I'm going to meet you in the first week of February. So stay tuned for all of this. It's sharp 5 p.m. So I'm going to run. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Loads of love. Have you got the picture? Last pose. Okay, wait. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ओके बाय